Yo, what's happening, y'all? How is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing in chat? I already see a few people in chat here. Peter Collins, CK says, "Hey, Jake, what's up, brother? What's up, brothers?
What's up, brothers? Let me let me tell you something to all my little asshole maniacs out there. If you're gonna mess with my brother, then we're gonna have problems, brother. And if I come over and slap your mother, then maybe your sister might be my brother. And if your brother's brother ever messes with any of my brothers, then I might have to become your mother's brother."
All right. So we got Chuck the Canuck. We got Woke Soldier in chat. Truth Exposed. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? All right. Almost forgot. We don't want to start thing off without a ceremonial tokishi of the bolskishi. So we'll go ahead and load one up. What should I load up? I'll let you guys decide. Should I smoke some lemon? Should I smoke some mango? Should I smoke some OG? Or should I smoke some GG4? Those are your choices. Lemon, OG, or GG4. What's it going to be? Which one should I go with today? All right, we have three people say GG4 in a row, so that means I'm going to go with that one. That sounds good. I think that one's like a sativa. All right. What's cool about waving my weed around on camera is that shills like to try to use it against me.
Look at Jake with all this marijuana. He's clearly being a shill because he lives in California where, like, everyone has marijuana.
He's got to be spending tons of money in a place where you can grow marijuana. Yeah. Saw some shills trying to say that I was being a shill for showing how much weed I have. No. I'm a stoner and always have been. I was a stoner long before I was ever Jake the Asshole. So back before I was ever Jake the Asshole, if I got a good bag of weed, I'd be like, "Look, you guys, look, it's good weed." I used to always brag to my friends about weed. And then there were times where I used to hide it from YouTube. Like I didn't want to show that I was a stoner. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to embrace who I am. I'm not going to hide from it. And ever since we started smoking on this channel and doing our ceremonial tokes, I actually think the positivity has gone up. But I have seen a few shills try and act like me smoking with you guys is some sort of bad deal. All right. Now I smoked a little bit earlier, so I'm not gonna get too high. But we are gonna take a puff. But before we begin, I wanna see 25 thumbs up. I see 19 already. Let's get 25 thumbs up to get this thing started. Brinsman Cave says, in UK, if I had that, prison for being a dealer. Yeah, in UK, I would not recommend getting caught with as much pot as I have. I live in California. Last year, I grew 10-foot tall plants, so I still have leftover weed from last year. So I didn't even buy all the weed that I have. Like, I have leftover weed from last year that I grew, and then I also have friends who grow weed, and so I have friends who have 15-foot tall plants that they took down just last month, and so weed is like free basically in California if you know the right people or if you know how to grow a plant. So, anywho, oh come on, good thing I have a reserve. That lighter is done for. All right, let's try that again. All right. And you guys know now it is official. It is officially time to get the stream started. So, today's stream, I want to talk about how, as a content creator, I don't always know what to do. And that's one of my main struggles each day is like, what should I do today? Beings that I make it all up as I go along, I don't have a boss, regardless of what any shill will tell you. I wake up, I take my dog Rusty for a walk, I look at my phone, and then I wonder, what should I do? What kind of video should I make? And the struggle, the internal struggle with wondering what type of video I should make is a real struggle. So I want to explain what it's like to not know what to do next and then wonder what you guys want versus what I want to do, and then try and find a common ground. And then there's so many topics in the world of truth. There's so many deceptions going on, so many lies being told by the government, and just by chills. And so I wake up each day and wonder, like, well, what should I do? Who should I go after? Should I go after the shills? And if so, which shills? The globe cuck shill is easy targets, and it's like my audience always seems to like if I go after a globe cuck. But it seems like if I go after globe cucks 2-3 times in a row, then you guys get burnt out, and then you want me to go on to somebody else. And so I kind of come to realize, like, I have to look at what you guys like and what you guys want, and then also what I like and what I want, and try to find some sort of common ground there so that you guys enjoy the content and that I enjoy bringing it to you. And so some struggle with, like, okay, should I bust the shills more like in the flat earth, or should I just leave them alone? And so I'm going to actually ask you guys here in a moment for your input, but right now just hear me out. If I go after what I call shills, like in the flat earth quote unquote movement, I get a lot of backlash, and people don't always understand what I'm trying to say. People say, oh, why are you causing division in the community? Why are you going after other truthers? Shouldn't you be going after, like, the globe cucks? Shouldn't you be going after Bill Gates? Or shouldn't you be going after or talking about the C word, boogeyman disease? So I try to make videos about everything to please everybody, most subjects that I can, that I know about. And so you guys, if you look on my channel, will see I go after shills. I sometimes talk about the boogeyman disease and muzzles. You know, I'm anti-muzzle, right? You guys know I am 100% anti-muzzle. I preach it. Uh, so there's a lot of things that I like to do with my platform, a lot of type of video content I like to create, and I've proven that I create all kinds of content, uh, everything from music videos to just me going out and making fun of people for wearing muzzles out on the street, doing street activism, to these live streams where we hang out and smoke and talk one-on-one. So I like to try to mix up my content, and here's my crossroads at the moment. And I want you guys to help me with this one because I don't exactly know what I should do next. And so I kind of want to put it to you guys right here live in chat, and you guys can tell me what you think. If I continue going after the shills, it it causes a lot of backlash, and not everyone understands it. And then I get messages from you guys saying, Jake, don't focus on these guys because you're just giving them attention. You should talk about more important stuff, that these guys are beneath you. So if I make videos about globe cucks too many times or the flat earth shills too many times, I notice people start saying, dude, these guys are beneath you. You need to move on. You should focus on something that's more important. And in a way, I agree. And I feel like me giving these people attention might be exactly what they want. For instance, Craig from Fight the Flat Earth, if I make another video about him, he's like, yeah, yeah, make videos about me. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's like, it doesn't matter what he says. He can be like, I was high on painkillers and I accidentally called myself a war veteran because I'm a fucking liar. And I'll show that clip and we all think, bam, I got him. But he's like, yeah, that's right, I am a liar. Come on my show, debate me, debate me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because he knows he's going to make 10 times more money if I keep making content about him and talk about him. And so, especially if I go on there. So I have to step back and go, whoa, okay, now I'm definitely not ever going to go on his stream or ever give him what he wants, because then he gets what he wants, and then it's like I'm giving these guys free attention, free publicity. And so it's a hard line to draw, like whether you should or should not bust shills. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So some people say that, Jake, your versus videos are my it reminds me of the flat earth asshole days. So some of you guys are diehard versus videos fans, and you live for those videos where I bash the globe cuck shills like Craig. And then other of you guys say, Jake, quit talking about this fat loser. All he does is lie, and he likes it when you talk about him. And so I agree, but here's the struggle. If he makes a video about me, it's like I feel compelled to strike back. It's like if somebody was to swing at me, I feel compelled to duck and swing back. You know what I mean? If somebody punches me, well, I'm swinging back. So it's almost like it's hard for me not to want to bash these guys. And at the same time, I agree with you. I don't like giving them attention. I don't like spending my time and energy on them, because it's almost like they're accomplishing their goal of wasting my fucking time. But is it a complete waste of time if you guys get enjoyment and entertainment out of me busting the shills? Do you understand that the struggle is real? That if I make a video about Eric Dubé exposing that he's a goddamn no good scumbag shill, I lost like 50 subs, like, of people who like just don't understand what's happening, and they're like, why are you going after other truthers in the community? I'm unsubbing from you because you did the community. There's no community. It's a cult community. Guys like Eric Dubé were put here to destroy the truth movement. Guys like Jaron were put in here to destroy the truth movement. And so when I point these guys out, I'm trying to rid them from the truth movement and open up your mind. Because if enough people unsubscribe from those guys, see through their bullshit, they won't have as big of a fan base as they do. They won't be misleading and deceiving as many people as they do. But I find it very strange that when I upload a video exposing Jaron, within 2 hours, his Baby Truther show comes down. I canceled Jaron's Baby Truther show, possibly forever. They might never do another one of those Baby Truther shows because of me. Because I exposed that they're drawing in children and they're drawing in child predators with a show with dancing babies and childish antics and behavior, and girls like Stacy, whatever her Kerwin, Casey Kerwin or whoever her name was, dancing and doing her shuffle dance, and Alex Stein acting like a total child jackass. And then you got Dearth with his tracking app, his data mining app. And then you got Jaron, captain of the football team there, right? Leading the whole show, promoting all these guys. So when I put two and two together, that all this childish antics in these dancing babies could basically be like a cover for a PEDO ring of some sorts, or the mainstream media trying to paint out flat earthers as luring in children. Guess what? The stream came down within 2 hours. He even took it off of Rockfin. So Jaron took down his stream and took it off of Rockfin. He lost like 1,000 subs within a couple hours. I actually gained a bunch of subs that day. So everyone was like, bravo, Jake. Someone needed to call out Jaron. And people kept saying, dude, you were right. Jaron totally is a creep, dude. I never knew. I never knew, man. So I got the Baby Truther show taken down. Did RV Truth get the Baby Truther show taken down? No, he did not. Did those loser shills who I'm gonna leave on the nameless list, did they get the Baby Truther show taken down? No, you didn't. Sorry. Sorry, nameless guys sitting there doing streams about me each night. You didn't get the Baby Truther show taken down. I took the Baby Truther show down. They might cancel it forever because anytime anyone sees that intro, they're going to be like, look at those dancing babies. You guys are putting on a PEDO vibe. The reason they're going to say that is because I came out and said it. Now that it's out there, you know, in the ether where the truth is, they just can't stop that truth from spreading now, can they? So I may have personally canceled the Baby Truther show. And if I don't and they continue running it, well, feel free to go over there and let them know what you think about them doing all that PEDO shit that they're doing. All right. So, what I want to point out is when I went after Jared, most of you guys totally agreed, and the approval rating on the video is like 90% everyone agreeing. Then the very next day, I point out Eric Dubé is indeed wearing a dress. He's making the devil horns. He has a segment where he makes fun of me and imitates me and calls me a shill. And he has me on his IFERS website with an entire section dedicated to how I'm a shill. And he uses the debunked AE map, which is wrong and impossible. And I've debunked it many times. You can go back on my channel and watch different videos where I show how it doesn't work. Also, he promotes the NWO diet, the vegan diet. Here's the difference. There was a major backlash when I come out against Eric, and then I start seeing all these weird number manipulations that I haven't seen in a long time. Like I haven't seen like 100 thumbs down show up in 2 minutes. So me and Thomas ran a stream showing Eric Dubé in a dress, and like within 2 minutes, like 100 thumbs down just were like, and it was like, what? Where did all those come from? And so it was almost like he had his entire crew ready on all his sock accounts, ready to just come over and be like, just as I started streaming. Because I know my own crew, I know my own people are not going to be like, Jake's talking about Eric Dubé in a dress. We're all going to turn on you. No. So they try to make it look like my own people are all turning on me because I'm exposing Eric Dubé in a dress. He's like, I did not participate in an Illuminati ritual. I did not wear a dress. I am not a cross-dresser. Meanwhile, he's got pigtails. He's got his boobs stuffed like a woman, and he's wearing this like flower pattern, what he calls a pillowcase, or it looks like a fucking dress when you wear it like that. So I always say, okay, if you go to Walmart and you buy a bed sheet with pink flowers on it, and then you wrap your body in it, and then you put your hair in pigtails, and then you walk down the street, what are people going to think that you are? Cross-dresser maybe? Are they going to say dude looks like a lady? Right? And so everyone I ask that is like, yeah, that's what would happen. And they're like, I would never do that, Jake. And I'm like, no, I know you wouldn't do that. What I'm saying is, imagine if you went to Walmart, bought a towel, let's just say a towel with flowers on it, something that was feminine looking on the towel, and then you wrapped that towel around your naked body, and then you had pigtails, and then you stuffed it to make it look like you had boobs, and then you walked down the street of your hometown. What would people call you? Now, when they call you a cross-dresser, are you going to be like, it was a towel. I was making fun of Patty Steer. How dare you? That's his excuse. I did not participate in an Illuminati ritual. I was making fun of Patty Steer. I can make fun of Patty Steer without wearing a dress, bro. I can make fun of Patty Steer without having pigtails. I don't have to put pigtails on. Right? So he wears the pigtails. Like just the fact that he took the time to put his hair in pigtails and stuff the not dress that he was not wearing, right? And then he's like, I am not a cross-dresser. bro, if you wear that and walk down the street where I live or anywhere that any of us live, then we're going to think that you are a cross dresser. And if your excuse is that it's a towel or a bed sheet or a pillowcase, dude, if you wear it like a dress, it's a fucking dress. If you stuff boobs, that's pretty much just like the definition of cross dressing at that point, dude. He's like, I was wearing a pillowcase. That does not count as a dress. And so I point this out, and then he's got all these sock accounts. I don't know if they're real people, but there had to be 30, 40 of them. I eliminate each one when they come over, but they come over in the comments section and they say this type of shit. They're like, Eric already debunked all your claims. No, he didn't. He never debunked anything I ever fucking said. I said the AE map is wrong, and he never debunked that. He just claims that it's right. He never debunked me. He never shows anybody in Australia pointing a compass at the sun during this month right now. Have Eric Dubé or anyone you know point a compass at the sun over in Australia or Ushuaia right now, or Tasmania, anywhere way down there south of the equator. Just have them point a compass at the sun at sunrise and sunset, and you tell me where the hell it's coming up from and where the hell it's going down. It ain't east to west. It's southeast to southwest. The wrong direction, supposed spinning circle sun. So, I debunked that map several ways, and that dude made a video excusing himself from all the reasons why he's not a shill. And so since he made a video excusing himself from all the reasons why he's not a shill, one of them being that he never wore a dress and never was a cross-dresser, when there's pictures of him in his own video with stuffed boobs, acting like a woman, that's the definition of cross-dressing, bro. Like you. So basically, here's how an Illuminati agent works. They'll lie to you while showing you that they're lying to you. He shows you himself wearing a dress, and he's like, I did not wear a dress. I was simply poking fun at the agents. And so his minions come over and go, Jake, Eric Dubé debunked you. He was making fun of Patty Steer. I'm like, well, what about the section where he made fun of me and called me a shill and tied me in with them? He was just poking fun. No, he was not just poking fun. It's not all fun and games. You know why it's not fun and games? Because if you point at me and say I'm friends with Patty and that I'm a shill, that's where the fucking fun and games stop. If you say, hey, Jake, I love your channel, and then you're a impression of me or a good impression of me, that would be an acceptable poking fun at Jake excuse. But the fact that he ties me in as being a shill, and then I'm like, you guys, he's the fucking shill using the wrong map, promoting the broken vegan diet that kills people. He's promoting a broken map that doesn't work and a broken diet that kills people. And he's making fun of my bass playing ability and calling me a shill. Need I say more? Duh. What? And then there's this guy. Well, Jake, he has to be real because he started the flat earth movement. No, he didn't. Just because he's the first person you might have heard of doesn't mean he started the flat earth movement. Your flat earth movement was a controlled rollout. Your flat earth movement was given to you. These characters were set up. The map was handed to you. If you never ran the map through the same scrutiny as you did the globe, then you end up a Dubé follower looking like a fucking idiot because you're following a man who wears a dress who loves this guy, the Hitler guy, right? So, I'm here to tell you, Hitler did not kill 6 million Jays. Ta-da! The story we're told about World War II is wrong. Ta-da! I totally don't believe for a second that Hitler killed 6 million Jays. Ta-da! Don't believe it at all. Right? But, I don't come out and say He's the greatest man ever, and he was fighting the NWO because he loves me and you. Eric is tied to the mustache man because the mustache man is considered the most evil man ever by all the sheeple. So when Joe Rogan brings up Eric Dubé by name, hey, that happened. Joe Rogan brought up Eric Dubé by name. Joe Rogan, shill, brings up another shill by name. So if you've never looked into the flat earth, are you following me? Follow me. If you've never looked into the flat earth and you listen to Joe Rogan, who has a huge fucking audience, and he says the name Eric Dubé, flat earther, and then you go look him up, what are you going to find? A man wearing a dress who loves Hitler, who's a vegan. What are the chances any red blooded American masculine man is going to want to follow that? They're going to instantly go, whoa, fuck this. This guy loves Hitler and he's a cross dresser who wears dresses and shit. These flat earthers are crazy. So then they're going to think all flat earthers are crazy. Duh. It's a controlled rollout with controlled characters. Was Hitler the greatest man ever known who was fighting the NWO on our behalf because he loves you? No, he wasn't. Did he kill 6 million Jays? No. No. Did Hollywood make him out to be the worst guy ever? Yes. Is Hollywood run by the Jays? Yes. I can tell the truth about that too, but you can't tie me in as a Hitler lover, right? Exactly. Hey, you know who doesn't say my name? Joe Rogan never said my name. You know, I'm a musician and a comedian, and I'm way more fucking talented than Eric Dubé in every facet of the imagination. I am such a superbly talented fucking person that if Joe Rogan was an actual legitimate dude and not a shill, he would have me on his show long before he would have a guy like Eric Dubé. So the fact that he mentioned Eric Dubé's name and the fact Joe Rogan is a proven shill with a gigantic audience, and his gigantic audience hears that there are flat earthers, and then they hear a name Eric Dubé, they go look him up, they find out he loves Hitler and he dresses like a fucking lady and he's a vegan. Case dismissed. But Jake, he tells the truth about World War II. All shills tell some truth. But Jake, he woke me up to the flat earth. I've heard that one like 20 times. But, I can't ditch Eric. He woke me up to the flat earth. It was rolled out for you to wake up. It was supposed to come along and change your life. You know how it changed my life? My whole family thinks I'm fucking crazy. It ruined a lot of parts of my life. Do you understand my life is partially ruined because of this controlled rollout? Because Eric woke me up in 2015. In 2015, I loved Eric Dubé. He was my favorite. I was probably his biggest fan, waiting on every damn video. Him and Matt Boylan just couldn't wait for their next video. I was an AE map lover. The minute they showed that to me, I was like, oh, that has to be it. The UN logo. It's right there in plain sight. The UN logo. If the UN uses it, then it has to be true. And if you go to the ice wall, they'll kill you. You can't go to the ice wall because they'll shoot you. It's a pizza. It's perfect. There's an ice wall. It's amazing. The North Star in the center and everything goes around and works perfect. And then one day you find out, oh, shit. Whoops. I accidentally woke up to agents with a fake map. Fuck! Except you guys didn't live it. I lived it. I wasn't just a fan watching. I was a fan watching who became a content creator, became friends with Matt Boylan for a while, had him burn me, lie about me, and smear me. So I got to figure that out in person. And I got to watch Eric Dubé, my other idol at one time dress up and do a bad imitation of me. And he has a shill list with me in it. So imagine watching your favorite flat earther, and then years down the road, they both come into your life in a very, very real way and try and smear you as being the bad guy. And these were your favorite dudes. That's my story. I woke up to Eric Dubé and Matt Boylan in 2015. Do I kiss their ass today? No, I do not. So anybody still using this fucking bullshit excuse, Jake, how can he be a shill if he wakes people up to the flat? Your flat was rolled out for you, along with your fake map and your cast of shills. Just like Alex Jones was rolled out for you. So imagine if you woke up to 9/11 being an inside job because Alex Jones told you so. Alex Jones does tell some truth. Are we supposed to kiss his ass forever too? Are we going to kiss Alex Jones' ass forever? Jake, Alex Jones woke me up to 9/11, so let's kiss his ass forever. No. So, don't come at me with this Eric Dubé woke me up to the flat earth so he can't be a shill shit because your flat earth was rolled out. Eric Dubé wasn't this like amazing researcher who discovered the truth and started the flat earth movement. That's what he kind of wants you to believe. That's not true. He basically had a bunch of scripts and books handed to him and then he reads them. He reads them. Has he ever done one single piece of activism on the streets? Never. Never once. I've done that a shitload of times. I have plenty of videos on private that are all going to become unprivate soon. I've just been lazy. So I have an entire catalog that's coming back soon where I have done 10,000 more things in the flat earth than Eric Dubé has. What has he done? Promote that broken map, write books for children, promote the NWO death cult diet, which kills people. And then he lies. He also tells provable lies that you can find out are lies. He says that animal corpses and animal fat clog your arteries and cause heart problems. That's bullshit. That is mainstream media, mainstream health industry fucking bullshit. It's a lie. You can eat eggs and bacon dripping with butter every single day, and it's not going to clog any of your arteries. That's a goddamn lie. So this whole animal fat clogs your arteries, your corpse crunchers. This is all just vegan bullshit rhetoric. Anybody who pushes the vegan diet is pushing the NWO slave diet. I don't care if you say you are a vegan and that you feel healthy. It kills people. There's thousands upon thousands of videos of people explaining why they are no longer vegan here on YouTube. All you have to type in is why I'm no longer vegan, and you'll find tens of thousands of examples of mainstream YouTubers all the way to complete nobodies, all explaining how they systematically lost weight, had their teeth fall out, and became unhealthy and had so many health issues until the day they started eating meat again and putting dairy back in their system. And then they completely reversed everything. When you find 10,000 videos like that from famous YouTubers who used to be vegans who are no longer, to common people who don't even have a following, who just put their story out there, you find that there are so many people who are on death's doorstep with the vegan diet, and meat and dairy and animal fat saved their lives. Furthermore, raw meat and raw dairy is absolutely excellent. And once you get over the fact that the meat's not going to kill you, raw meat's not going to kill you, there's not all these bacterias and stuff that everyone talks about that are deadly. It's all horse shit. In fact, in a stream tomorrow, maybe I might eat some raw meat. Who knows? I'm trying to decide what I want to do. So he promotes constant lies and propaganda, and people fucking buy into that without just doing easy research, which debunks all of his bullshit. Now, the stuff about him getting vax damaged in DC, Don't care. I have enough on him that I don't care about any of the setup stuff. So there's going to be setup bullcrap and traps for you to fall into. And he's going to be like, I debunked everyone who's ever accused me of everything. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, dude. You wore a dress. You used the wrong, incorrect AE map that's provably wrong. Um, you call everyone a shill while being a shill and acting super extra shilly. And then I get this other people who show up and they're like, "Oh, so you're the only real one?" I show you that there are other people, making truth videos, but they just don't have tons of subs. Usually if someone has tons of subs and they catch tons of traction, oh man, it's fishy. It gets fishy real fast. Let's just say there are more shills than I believed. Back in 2017, I didn't believe there were as many shills as there are. And now it's looking like I'm like the only guy I can trust. So when people show up and they're mad at me because they think I'm like trying to hurt their flat earth community and smashing all these shills. So they say stuff like, "Oh, so you're the only one who's true. We can't trust anybody but you." Like, that's no, I never said that I'm the only one who is real. But if I'm pointing at someone calling them a shill, it's because they are. It's pretty much because that's what they are. And so if it bothers you that I call lots of people shills, I'm sorry. I didn't make them act the way that they did. I didn't go on the documentary Beyond the Curve and make a fool of myself. I didn't wear a dress and say that Hitler's the greatest guy ever. I didn't do any of those things. I never went on the news and like just made a complete ass of myself just to drive flat earth into the ground. Do you guys realize there's a shill in every sector of the flat earth? It's 100% rolled out for you with a cast of characters. And I'm not one of them. I came along as a stoner dude with my own talents, a Dubé fan and a Boylan fan, and I decided to become a YouTuber in 2006 or 16, excuse me, 2016. January 2016 is my first YouTube video, and I decided to make a flat earth video called Flat Earth Popular Questions, and I tried to kind of tie in a little bit of Matt's style and a little bit of Dubé's style, but do it my own way and add my own pizzazz. That was like my take. Like, okay, I'm going to do like kind of partially Matt's style and partially Dubé's style. I'm going to mix the flat earth info with the comedic funny style, and then I'm going to put my own funny pizzazz on it, and that's going to be my formula. And you know what? That formula was a hit. The minute I made that first video, Patty Steers came along and was like, "I want you to be on my show. You want to be on my show?" And then other people came along immediately and were like, "Don't go on Patty's show." And I'm like, "Why not? She seems like a nice lady." I didn't know jack shit about shills. Back then, I didn't understand it really, that there were shills. This was before the shill potato videos, right? And so a lot of these shills I had to learn with my own experience. And so people were like, "Don't go on that chick's show. She's a shill." And so then I watched the show and I was like, "Damn, that show does suck. I guess I don't want to go on it." So I had to start from scratch like everyone else. If you go back and watch my videos from when I very first started, my attitude is different because I was fresh into the scene and all these people were new, and I didn't want to believe that they were all shills. I refused to believe every single one of them was a shill and that I was the only real one. That just seemed egotistical and narcissistic to think I was the only real one and all these people were shills. But come to find out, holy shit. That whole conference crew is the shilliest crew you can imagine. All of them. Mark Sargent, Patty Steer, Jaron, Bob, D Marble. Who else was on that panel? Shit. Now I'm forgetting some of the characters off the top of my head who went to all those damn things. Oh, ODD, he's part of this original crew. Matt Boylan, he's sketchy. All these people are sketchy. So all these people that I originally saw, Antonio, Subarats, um, all these dudes. So there's so many super duper mega sketchy people that you can't go back and trace. You can't really trace them the same way you can go back and retrace my life. I stand out very much so from all these shills. And if you haven't realized that, you can go back and type in solo bass Jake and you can find my old performances playing bass. You can find hundreds of videos of me playing bass back in 2010, 2011, like years before I was ever flat earth asshole, years before I even had a thought about the world being flat. You can see what I was like, what my personality was like, who I was 10 plus years ago. And you can get an actual feel for me before I ever did anything conspiratorial, while my mind was still in sheeple mode, before I even knew about the towers coming down. You can go watch a video of me playing bass live, and all I was a stoner bass playing dude. I wanted to be like a professional musician, rock star, and that was who I was. That was what I did. I went to college and smoked and drank and played bass. And so you can go find that era of my life and see that that's still partially who I am in a way. That guy's still in here. Of course, I've changed and learned a lot of stuff over the years, but you can still see that that same stoner bass playing dude is still me. So you can see my personality 10 years ago and get a feel for who I was and still see that it's the same dude, still giving you the same honest vibe. I can still rear back and play those same honest tunes for you that I made up a long time ago. And so you have to think, okay, this guy, for me to be a shill, the Illuminati would have had to went to Modesto and handpicked me at an open mic or at some dive bar and said, let's get this guy in on the fake flat earth rollout movement, and then let's have him debunk all the shills. And so people who try and paint me out as being a COINTEL Pro agent, it's like, do you understand that, like, I can tell you, like, where I went to school, like elementary school, middle school, high school, like, I can tell you all that shit. Like, you can find videos of me that I've posted as a little boy. I even posted a video on my Jake Gibson channel where I was like 8 years old and I'm boxing. How many of you guys saw my boxing video where I was 8 years old? So there's videos of me long before I was ever flat earth asshole or ever did anything flat earth related. And so you have to say, oh yeah, the Illuminati must have went and scouted Jake and made him come in and then expose that the AE map is wrong and that all the shills are being shills. Uh, uh. So when people really try to break down how and why I'm a shill, they always end up sticking their foot in their mouth, because you can go back and trace me and all the things that I've done. Also, I sing in the nursing homes. How many of the shills sing in nursing homes? None. How many of the shills do anything that is heartwarming and heartfelt, that, like, you're like, okay, that's a good guy? Yeah, none of them. You've never heard of Jaron doing anything for the elderly or Eric Dubay singing for the elderly. You never hear any of the shills doing anything like that. So, how can anyone ever call me a shill if I have a long history, hundreds of shows under my belt? I did one today, in fact. I actually got to do one today. I have hundreds of shows under my belt singing for the elderly. I have it on tape. I can prove I've done this. I have check stubs. I have facilities I could name if I wanted to. Easily. I've done it hundreds of times. So, you have to ask yourself, what kind of a shill would be allowed to go sing at nursing homes all day? Do you guys realize I even walked away from YouTube for like 6 months, almost like a year even, because I was singing? There was no C word boogeyman disease going on. And I walked away from YouTube and I was just singing 30 shows a month. How many of you guys remember when I went away and I was singing 30 shows a month? And I wasn't, there was no reason for me to even make YouTube videos. It was like a negative, stupid thing to do at that point for me. And then they ran the boogeyman disease, right? This giant psyop, which we are still in. And it took my goddamn job from me. And then it made me more motivated than ever to run my mouth about what's going on and why the boogeyman disease, why it's bullshit, why this is bullshit and why this is bullshit. And I've had videos taken down. I've got strikes on this channel several times, almost had the channel taken out because if I say anything about this too much, they can take me down. If I say anything about this too much, they can take me down. So then I have to figure out how to tell you guys not to take this and that this is fake without getting my channel taken down, which is a skill all in of itself. So I have content telling you guys not to get this, don't take this. I have content showing you guys that this doesn't exist. There is no C word boogeyman disease. There are no spiky balls. Now, the shill channels, they don't cover it like me. They don't cover it like me at all. Shill channels don't break down why this is completely non-existent. They don't have their videos taken down. They don't have the strikes that I have. I can show you a list of all my videos that have been removed. You guys, it's getting really, really, really long. And there were times where I had to put all my videos on private because I had 2 strikes on the channel because I talked about this shit. Every time I talk about this shit, they automatically demonetize the video and they down throttle it. Every time. 100% of the time. If I mention any keywords about these 2 things, they automatically down throttle the video, demonetize it, and bury it. Bury it. And the only people who see it are like my hardcore subs. 2,000-3,000 of my hardcore subs, and then they bury it. So trying to get information out about this stuff can be super tricky. So if you want me to make content about this sort of stuff, I have to jump through hoops. I can't say don't get the I have to say don't get this. Don't get this. Don't take this. This is bad. This can kill you. If your job wants you to get this, don't take this. So I can get away with saying that. And I can say this is fake. There are no spiky balls that are going to go inside your nose or in your mouth and get you. I let people cough in my face and I'm fine. Remember, who else let people cough in their face? I did that. Did Jaron do that? No. Did Dubé do that? No. Did Mark Sargent do that? No. Did any of the Flat Earth shills do it? Did those 2 losers who sit at home and worship me and watch me every night talking shit about me, did they go out and have people cough in their face to prove that this wasn't real? No. See, if you look at what I have done, damn it, if you just look at the plethora of videos I've done, I have created more quality content than any goddamn person on the interwebs as far as truth is concerned. And so I don't know what to do next. I don't know tomorrow what video I should wake up and do. So, chat, help me figure out what to do next. Do you guys want me to make more versus videos against globe cucks? Do you want me to keep going after the flat earth agents and the flat earth shills? Do you want me to do more content about not getting this and that this is fake? Do you guys want more live streams? What do you guys want? I might get 100,000 different answers, but I just want to hear from you guys. Okay, time to listen to the chat now. Let's see. Chicken in the burger says more shill exposing. Yeah, but do you like me to expose all different kinds of shills, or do you want me to go after specific shills? Like, do you want me to only go after the globe cuck shills and do typical versus content, or do you want me to do the ones where I go after the flat Earth agents. Yeah, hit that thumbs up button. In fact, we'll do another Toke of the Bowl here in a minute. The Pool Pros says casino video. There is always nice. Those are over on the Jake Gibson channel, and I gave away most of my secrets over there. So if you go watch on the Jake Gibson channel, I give away my slot machine secrets over there. All you got to do is watch the slot machine videos. Uh, Basically, all the advantage style machines are very similar, and once you figure out how 5, 6 of them work, then you'll start to understand how different advantage games work. So if you want to learn how to beat slot machines like I do, uh, that info is on the Jake Gibson channel, which is the backup channel to this channel. In the description down below, you could find a link to my backup channel, the Jake Gibson channel. That's where I usually stream. But tonight I wanted to stream over here and just see what you guys want to think I should do. Uh, LA Methwitch says, Jake, I'm up 1,400 this week from blackjack. Hey, congrats, dude. I don't play table games. The only table games I play is when they give me a free voucher for a free bet. So I go to one casino and they give me a free $25 bet voucher, and so I go to the craps table and I split the bet in half. I bet against it. So I put my $25 free bet voucher with $25 on it on the don't pass line, and then I bet against it with $35. And so with this system, I'm basically and then I put $1 on the 12 to cover the opening roll. So with this system, I'm basically guaranteed to win either $9 or $14, but it's only because I have the free voucher. Whereas other people who aren't smart as me are going to use the free voucher and either win or lose. Whereas I figured out a way to bet against the free voucher and split the voucher in half so that I'm guaranteed to win $9 or $14. Now, most of the people aren't going to understand what I'm talking about or how that makes any sense. But that's the difference between a professional gambler and a sucker. So I don't play table games. I only play slots, and I only play slots when I have an advantage. And if you want to learn how to do that, I give away that information on the Jake Gibson channel. It can literally change your life. Daddy-O McD says, give it to Simon Dan. I did a video against Simon Dan already, and he hasn't made one again about me since then. Not that I'm aware of. So he made one video about me, and then I clobbered him, and that was the last I heard from Simon Dan. So, like I said, I don't mind making the old versus style videos against the Globe Cucks. They're really easy targets. But then I wonder, like I said, if I'm giving them attention and just building up their subs. Like if I make a video against Craig Fight the Flat Earth, am I just helping him build his sub count by him getting optimized and stroked by the YouTube algorithm when he makes his video about me? That's the sad thing. I make a video, I don't get stroked by the YouTube algorithm. These guys get that algorithm stroke. And so their videos always get like 3, 4 times as many views. Always. No matter what. Dem Sky says, Jake, didn't you do commercials? I've never done any commercial. I've never been in any sort of like movie or television production of any sort. No acting credentials whatsoever. All my acting that you've seen me do from all the characters I do and stuff is just my own talent that comes from within that I just give away here on the channel. So I've never done any sort of commercial or TV appearance at all. Alan Fakes has exposed the science, guys. Okay, so there's another vote for me exposing the Globe Cucks. Mr. Chris says, cover how Australia started rounding up people and put them into camps. I can do that. Or I'll take that down as a note that I can cover some Australia stuff. They'll let me get away with talking about what's going on in Australia as long as I don't show like any super violent clips or anything. So I could get away with that. Let me put a note for myself so I don't forget. I've made a few Australia videos, but I do need to keep up with it because that's they're English speaking, white folks, and I've got a lot of Australians who sub to me, and so I find what's happening down there to be absolutely disgusting that the government's doing that, and I wish like hell you guys were armed and could shoot back at least. It's a damn shame that you can't protect yourself and what's going on down there. So I'll try to cover that. Australia locking people down or rounding people up. All right. Yeah, I could cover that. That's a good one. Um, Hold on, let me scroll back because the chat's going really fast. Uh, Steve DeCipio says we need a funky bass line, Jake. I'm gonna do more bass videos in the future. I already had that idea that I'm thinking if I want to build my a fan base on TikTok and then maybe start like trying to red pill those people. I could probably make bass videos on TikTok and then make regular bass videos here, and then also maybe try and build up persona on some other sites with my basic bass stuff, and then try to maybe mix in some truth and red pill stuff once I lure them in with my bass. So I was actually already thinking of doing more bass stuff because A, it's fun to play music, and then B, I think it will help funnel people in to hear the truth about some other subjects. So more bass stuff. All right. I'll try to do some. I'll try to do like a funky bassline video, like a Davey 504 style video in the future. All right. Um, Woke Soldier says, "Do you like Mexicans?" Hey, I like everybody if they're a good person. If a person is a good person, I like that person. The minute a person looks like a shit person or acts like a shit person, I'll be the first one to make fun of their race and talk shit about the color of their skin and how they look. That's just how I am. If a black man is really nice and well spoken, I'll be like, well, no, nice to meet you, sir. Yes, yes. But if some guy is a total like thug and tries to rob me, then of course I'm gonna be not so nice when describing such a fellow. I might use a few words that some black people might not like when describing such a fellow if I was rubbed the wrong way by such a fellow. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to Mexicans, I like some Mexicans, the ones that are cool, but then the ones that aren't cool, then no, I don't. I like a proper amount of some Mexicans. uh Mycalis V says Eddie Bravo question mark. Chill. Friends with Joe Rogan, gets brought up by Joe Rogan, tied into the flat earth. Chill. Oh, I stopped drinking beer. This is some unsweet tea. So I stopped drinking beer. It's been like a week now. So I don't know if I'll be able to like stay quitting forever, but my goal is to just phase it out and maybe only drink occasionally, like if I go to a rock concert or do something where I know like it's gonna be damn near impossible. So I quit drinking, and so that's a good thing. But I'm still smoking like Cheech and Chong. Speaking of, if you're having fun, I want you to hit the thumbs up now. Alan Fake says, now stop smoking, then you will be you. I've been smoking since I was 17 years old, dude. So I've been smoking longer than I've been non-smoking. I was a non-smoker until I was 17, and then at 17 I started smoking pot, and now I'm 38 years old. So that means I've been smoking weed longer than I've not been smoking weed. Every day for 20 years. over 20 years, every day. One thing at a time. The fact I quit drinking beer for a week is pretty damn good. So let's smoke to that. Slam those thumbs up. Come on. Slam the thumbs up and we're going to hit this bowl. I want to see 155 thumbs up. 155 thumbs. Got Pat Truthner, my man, in the chat. Let me mod you up, bro. Hey, Pat, if you ever see anyone totally talking shit about me, you can go ahead and moderate for me. I trust you, dude. You're a good guy. You're doing good work over there. Pat Truthner breaking down the fake NFL games. For those of you who don't know, the NFL is rigged. This is the most rigged season of all times. It looks like all the players are in on the rig now. All the players are now purposely not playing football correctly. So that's one of my boys right there. I started following his channel this year. He's doing good work. Do you guys realize the amount of people who still watch football? It's shrinking by the day. The amount of people who watch the NFL is not growing. That number is shrinking. And the reason is because people are finding out that it's fake. Let's smoke to that. All right. So people are figuring out that the NFL is fake as fuck and it causes them to walk away. It's like a slap in the face because the NFL is pretending to be real. Professional wrestling, they don't pretend to be real because most people in the stands who aren't children know that it's fake and they want to see a show. So grown men who go watch pro wrestling, let's say, they want to see a show, they want to see a spectacle. They want to see a choreographed fight that goes on for half an hour and is more entertaining than an actual real fight. And a well choreographed fight, if done by the right two men, can actually be more entertaining than a real fight in a lot of ways. So I've seen guys throughout the years put on some amazing professional wrestling performances, and I knew it was fake. I knew it was all a show, but they put on such a good show that in the end, I found myself cheering like it was a real fight. So, having said that, what wrestlers are doing, they call it kayfabe. They're they're doing their best to make it seem like they're fighting, make it seem like they're feuding, to keep that fantasy alive for the people who are there to watch the show. And the people who go to watch an NFL game, they believe it's real football. So about 99% of the people in the stands at those games, they actually like cheer when their team scores and are happy because they think that their team actually just marched down the field and scored for real. And then they cry and piss and moan and cuss and swear and throw shit at the TV and become armchair quarterbacks when their team loses. And meanwhile, all the players appear to be in on it now. For instance, now you have guys just letting receivers just blow right on by. So all it takes now is just being told by your defensive coordinator, yeah, on this drive, let them score, guys. Let them score without it look liking that you're letting them score. So football players right now are letting teams score so that they can cover certain spreads in certain moments. You're getting a lot of backdoor covers. So you're having a team who's winning by, let's say, 3 touchdowns, but they're only they're the other team, let's say the underdog has plus 14 points. So they let the underdog score right there in the final minute so that the underdog gets that backdoor cover. Um, it happens every week. It happens every week. And I'm not even talking about the magnetic balls and magnetic gloves. That's a whole nother thing. So right now you got teams just not playing correctly. You got guys just doing shit that's just ridiculous. You got quarterbacks like taking sacks on purpose, throwing to the wrong team on purpose. You got wide receivers on one play, they can't catch a 5-yard screen pass, and then on the next play, they can stick their hand out, jumping backwards and do a one-handed catch. All the signs point to fake, 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 fake. And so some people on Pat's video that I posted Pat Truthner's breakdown of the week 9 plays, and some people were saying stuff like, "Hey man, those one-handed catches aren't fake. How can you say a one-handed catch is fake?" They have magnets inside the balls. There are magnets inside the football. They have magnets inside their gloves. If you think that that's fake or stupid, you have no idea how stupid you are. If you don't think that there's magnets in the gloves and on the receiver's gloves and on inside the ball, then you've been missing out. I didn't realize that it was being used all the time at the level that they're using it, but they are literally able to turn gloves on and off, turn the ball on and off. They can turn the magnetic capabilities on and off of this shit. So you also have it with field goal manipulation. So right now, betting is legal. Basically, you can go online and open up all these different accounts and bet on any of these games. So what you're betting on is professional wrestling that's scripted. And so I highly advise before you drop money on any game that you have to realize that it's rigged. And if you are going to bet, you have to think like a Vegas shark. You have to realize that it's rigged, and you have to know who they're probably going to rig it for. So if you are going to bet on sports, I would highly recommend that you do your research on who it's more likely that they're going to rig it for, and disregard who has the better players and who's the better team. The better team doesn't matter. The game is not decided on the field. Robert Carter says, Jake, what's not a scam in this construct? That's a good question. Not much. Not much. Flat Sabbath says ref rigged maybe. Refs are the least rigged thing. That's like the least part now. Don't you understand? The players themselves can just choose to not run fast. If you see a player running at only 70% speed and letting a receiver blow right past him, and then you see safeties run up and totally just fall on the ground and let a receiver just run by and get completely open. Come on, this is the National Football League. You're going to tell me that the best athletes in the world are just going to run 70% and then fall on a banana peel that doesn't exist? Dude, the whole team's in on it. Now, the next question someone might say, why doesn't somebody come out and blow the whistle? You don't get any money for blowing the whistle. And guess what? Once guys leave the league, they do blow the whistle. Go look up Larry Johnson blowing the whistle. Go look up Dwight Smith blowing the whistle. Plenty of examples of former NFL players blowing the whistle. Former NFL players. You just have to go listen to them. Guess what? When someone blows the whistle, if no one's around to hear it, what the fuck does it do? Nothing. And guess what? The fans just don't care. They just go to the games and just pretend that that one player never said that. Yeah, the referees are in on it too. So let's not act like the referees are the only way a game's faked. I've always heard the referees screwed my team. My team would have won if it wasn't for the referees. The touchdown drives now are fake. They're letting teams score. If you look at Pat Truthner's videos and you really look at what he's showing you, he's proving it to you. Like Pat's videos, he shows you how a safety, whose job it is to stop people from getting past him, stop a running back from breaking through and going all the way. When you see a safety run up to the line and then just fall down, or run into the back of a big fat lineman for no reason, and then the running back slips through, a safety's job is called a safety. It's to keep the end zone safe from people scoring. He's your last line of defense. So if you see a safety do something that a safety's not supposed to do, you can't just say, oh, well, that player just must be retarded. That one player just must be stupid. They're professionals. They're actors for hire. I didn't believe that they were all in on it until I saw Pat Truthner's videos, and then I was like, fuck, dude, they're all in on it. they're all in on it. All of them. All you have to do is watch the plays in slow-mo. Pat's been calling it. He's like, dude, whenever you see like one bad run play, that means that the rest of the drive's probably going to be a cupcake touchdown. And sure enough, you start seeing guys get wide open, and then you start seeing missed tackles like a motherfucker. So basically, football right now in 2021 is as fake as pro wrestling. And so, if more people in the stands walk away from the bread and circuses, that's one step in the right direction. That's one mind that could possibly wake up to what's going on. So, people need to stop watching these damn sporting events and they need to quit going and don't buy the merchandise. When I see a grown man in an NFL jersey, I'm like, what a fucking loser. No bigger of a loser than looking at a grown man who has another grown man's name on his back and a big numbers. Oh, that's so fucking stupid. When I was a teenager, I used to want jerseys of my favorite players, and now I think it's the gayest, dumbest thing ever to wear another man's name on your back. It's so stupid. PGC Nets is about time you got a super chat. Hey, thanks, bro. Oh, good call. Yeah, hiding that Mickey Squints guy. That guy's a total loser. That guy was stalking me on Facebook and sending me weird messages on Facebook. And then when I told him that he's a fucking loser and a bitch, and then I beat his ass, then he said he's gonna like call the cops on me for threatening him. He's like, I have you on a felony. Oh yeah, is your name Mickey Squints from the movie The Sandlot? Are you gonna legally sue me, Mickey Squints versus Jake Gibson? Mickey Squints because I threatened to beat you up on Facebook. Hey, Pat, dude, you're doing good. So I gave Pat a wrench, Pat Truthner here, who breaks down the NFL games. That's, I think that's a made up name. I don't even know if that's his real name. So I gave a wrench out, and the first thing he does is find the dude who's my one of my Facebook stalkers, one of my many Facebook stalkers, and gets rid of him. Good shot, dude. Pat says, I'd stalk you, man. You're awesome. Oh, thanks, dude. Don't you? And see, he has his first stalker. He literally got his first stalker since he started his NFL breakdowns. And I was going to tell him, dude, I've got like hundreds of stalkers. I've got them on Facebook, I've got them on YouTube, and I've got them on BitChute, dude. All my platforms, I have dedicated stalkers on those platforms who do nothing but hate on me. They show up, they hit the dislike button, and they talk shit. They say the exact opposite of whatever I say. So Pat started making his NFL breakdown games. And then this weirdo showed up and just became a troll. And so Pat literally just crossed the 1,000 sub mark, and he's already got his first troll who makes exposed videos about him. And so basically, this just goes to show you the minute you even start to get any traction on YouTube and you're telling the truth, they'll assign you a shill. It's not just a crazy coincidence that some random crazy guy just so happens to like be dedicated to him, and just so happens I have like 100 dedicated trolls. They're not just dedicated because they don't like me. No way. They're dedicated because they're being paid, or it's part of their mission, or something. Like the amount of trolls that I have, they can't possibly just hate me and want to follow me and stalk me because they just don't like me. That doesn't make sense. And so when you look at all the different trolls I have and the government agents who come after me and the amount of time and effort they spend, it trips me out. I think it should trip you guys out. It won't trip you out as much as it trips me out, but it does. Alan Fake says, hey, Jake, someone named, not going to read that, did a video series against you. Yeah, those guys are shills. And I'm purposely not giving them the attention that they so desire because it drives them crazy and it causes them to talk about me more and more. Here's what I do. I find what someone's wanting from me, and then I don't give it to them. So when a shill, like let's say Craig is like, Jake, come debate me, come debate me, come debate me, debate me, debate me. I'm like, no, not gonna. That's what you want to do? Then no. Come fight me, Craig. He's like, no, you come to Scotland. I'm not coming to Scotland. You come to America. So I'm the one who calls the shots. So thank you for the donation. But here's the deal. Those guys are dying to like have me talk about them because that's their mission as shills. So why are you bringing up guys who badmouth me? You don't think I know that they badmouth me? I know that they badmouth me. Thank you for your donation. I know that shills are badmouthing me. Thank you for giving the shills a shout out, Alan. I appreciate you giving shills shout outs. Hi. Hi. You gonna do a stream about me tomorrow? Huh? You better. Better do a stream about me tomorrow, shills. Angel Q says that cripple guy you debated, Jake, banned me. Oh, I never debated him. I went on his stream so that I could make fun of him and call him names, but we never debated any topics. I never said I think that this is real and here's why. We never debated flat earth or any conspiracy. I went on there to try to call him names, but basically he had him and his buddies mics jacked up as loud as they would go, and there were four of them. There were four of them, and they just talked over me the whole time. So I never was able to actually say anything clearly because they just talked over me. And then finally, when his butt buddies bounced, and then I finally was able to start talking and making my points, he muted my mic. So we never had a debate. There was no debate. I went there to call him some names, talk some shit. I just wanted to stir up some shit and see what he would do. And I basically learned that like he's too afraid to even have a one-on-one conversation with me. He had to bring three dudes on and overtalk me. And then the minute he got rid of the dudes and I started to win the argument, the confrontation, he muted me. And so I learned my lesson that I'm not gonna go on anyone else's streams. Anyone who's gonna mute me or talk over me or gain subs, gain money from me by me going on their stream, anything like that, not going to do it because it only serves their purpose. It doesn't serve my purpose. And so you have to look at what they're offering isn't really what they're offering. Would you like to have a debate with me about the flat earth? It's not a debate about the flat earth. It's getting me on there so he can call me a fucking idiot, and then a bunch of people in the chat can say fucking flurftard. Flurftards are idiots over and over again, and then they're gonna hand over all their money to him. Last time I showed up over on that stream, that dude made $800, and then he bragged to me by emailing me how much money he made. And so it proved to me that that's all he's about, and that he's cool with pathologically lying. He can get caught making up pathological lies. His audience doesn't care. They're just going to call you fucking flurftard. So imagine thinking you're going to go debate the shape of the earth and you have all this stuff lined up. And what happens is every one of them in the chat goes, fucking flurftard. Flurfs are always lying. You got to lie to flurf. You got to flurf to lie. Flurf, 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 flurf. That's every word in the chat. And so you can grill this guy and run him through the ringer and defeat him in the so-called debate. But he's going to go, you're a fucking moron. Every space mission ever is real. I'm the winner, and everyone in chat knows I'm the winner, and you're a fucking moron. And then he'll mute you. I can't deal with someone like that. Like, it serves me no purpose. You get it? And so he's begging me to come debate. And who would that serve? it would serve to make Craig a lot of money in a short amount of time, and he would please his overlord masters, his globe cuck masters. It's just a win-win-win for him. And so I learned um, I'm not going to go on Jaren's show and try and talk it out with him. I'm not going to try and like hash this out with Eric Dubay. I'm not going to hash it out with those loser shills who were brought up in the super chat just a minute ago. No, they're shills. Their job is to make me look bad and steal you guys away from me. They want my crowd as their crowd. That's their job. So they're going to try to convince you guys all the reasons why I'm the bad guy. Because that's their job. So if I see you guys ever over on any of those channels agreeing or going along with any of that shit, you're going to get bounced. It's as simple as that. And if you show up supporting those channels, and if you keep fucking bringing them up, I might get tired of you and bounce you. And that brings up this topic: comments disappearing on YouTube. I'm not deleting everyone's comments. If you say the wrong thing on YouTube, your comment won't post. It happens to me too. If I type in Jake the asshole, my own comment won't show up. And when I refresh the page, it's gone. So if I type in my own name, oh, my Jake the asshole versus da 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 video, and then I look and I hit refresh, my own comment's not there. And I have my own comments to let everything go, let all comments be instantly approved. And so some of my own comments with just the slightest stupid cuss word don't get posted. So if you say something and it doesn't post, or if it seems like it didn't work, don't just automatically assume I'm on the other end getting rid of them. Now, do I delete comments? Yes. If you show up and say, Jake, you're a shill, Jake, you're a flirftard, if you say anything negative about me, I'm going to get rid of it. I have the right to do it, and I will. So if I even get a hint of negativity and I don't like it, I can delete it and block you and forget about it forever. Right? It's my right. That's the little power I get over here. I get to clean my comment section of shitbags and shills. So I do. If I don't, the shills will run amok and shit all over every single comment. I've seen it happen. Seen it happen. So here's the deal. Am I deleting all the comments? No. I delete the ones that are negative towards me. If you have a comment saying something positive and it doesn't show up, don't assume that I'm deleting your comments. If you're saying something negative about Fight the Flat Earth or one of these globe cucks, or saying something negative about Jaren or Dubay and your comment doesn't show up, I'm not deleting it. It's most likely YouTube. So you have to sometimes figure out that YouTube might be deleting your shit. It happens to me too. Do you understand? If you show up and say, you're a shill and a flurf or whatever, then I'm going to delete you. If you show up and say, hey, Jake, nice video, Eric is a retard, and then you notice that your comment doesn't post, that's not me. I'm not going to delete a comment saying, Jake, nice video, Eric's a retard, but YouTube might. Do you understand? So I keep getting these fucking comments like, I'm unsubbing because you're deleting comments. It's like, I delete shill comments. If you unsub because I delete shill comments, then get the fuck out of here. If you unsub because you said something nice about me or asked me a question and it didn't go through because of YouTube, that's not my fault. Do you understand? They're not letting you say whatever you want anymore. If I type my own name, Jake the asshole, in the comments, about 75% of the time when I hit the refresh button, it's gone. Typing my own damn channel name. If I type in Jake the a-hole with a hyphen, oh, then it works. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, he says, is there anything in that bowl? Oh, not now. I took a hit earlier. I smoked before the stream, and then I took a hit at the beginning of the stream, and then I took another hit in the middle of the stream. I don't need to take too many hits. I'm trying to stay focused on the point at hand. Oh, it's empty right now, but I have plenty more. We'll smoke more in a minute. Take a chill pill, bruh. And anyone wondering, this is some unsweet tea. I quit drinking beer. It's been 5 days, 6 days now, I think. Since my last live stream where I drank those nasty warm beers, I was like, okay, I should probably like try and give it up for at least a week or two and go to the gym and shit. So I haven't been able to. I haven't went to the gym. I've been working on videos and doing other errands and working with Thomas on some other projects. So I haven't made it to the gym. But one thing I did do was stop drinking. So I have this plethora of energy. It's really strange at night. It's like since I don't drink, I just like don't get tired. It's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, what to do now? All this energy. It's like no. It was weird. Is there's no side effects, so I didn't get any sort of any sort of withdrawal effects from not drinking. The only withdrawal effect I got was like not getting tired. Like 2 and 3 in the morning, I'm like, okay, wide awake. I've drank myself to sleep one too many times, to where now when I don't drink, I just don't go to sleep. Great. Guess I'm just not going to sleep anymore. And then when I take a hit of weed, it like gets me all winged up and fired up now because I'm not drinking to dumb myself back down. So it's like I take a hit of weed and I'm like, yee, sativa. Yeah. Ugh. Magnaka Tagnaka says, Jake the asshole. It was nice seeing you stream. I have to leave, but you have gotten me looking into NFTs, sailing and map making. Thanks. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I'm on the fringe of thinking of buying a sailboat, but it's like scary. I'm kind of scared because like I don't really know how to sail, and I know that like there's a big learning curve to it. It's not like you can just learn how to sail like by watching a YouTube video and then go out there and just hit the open seas or nothing. So I've been thinking of buying a sailboat, but I'm still a little sketched out about it because like I have friends who bought one and then they already had a issue one night where their motor shut down and they had to call for help already, and one of their anchors didn't work, and they had all these issues one night, and I'm like, that's scary. But if I'm gonna get out of here like Truman, I guess I'm just gonna have to go for it one of these days. O'Neill Primus says indica if you smoke all day. Yeah, I like both. I like sativa, I like indica, and I like hybrids. Pretty much just stick the weed in the pipe and give it to me. Um, so again, I don't know what to make videos about sometimes. So um there are those of you who've expressed concerns that I'm spending too much time going after these shills and I should maybe focus on some other topics. And then there are those of you guys who are telling me things like, Jake, you woke me up to the fact that Jaren's a shill. I appreciate it. Jake, you totally opened my eyes to David Weiss being a shill. So I get both people telling me to move on, stop talking about the shills, stop giving them attention, and I get people telling me, good job busting these shills. So I find myself in a crossroads sometimes of like who to talk about next, what to talk about next. And since I'm my own boss and I make up my own rules, I get to decide each day what I feel like doing. So it's a constant struggle of like, what to do today? Who should I talk about? What should I talk about? Because I don't just make content about one thing, I make content about lots of things. So trying to figure out what lots of things I want to talk about can be tricky. Like just trying to decide what's most important, because I can tell you guys that the C word disease is fake, and I can tell you guys not to get this chemical concoction. The chemical concoction's bad, but you guys already know that. So that's not going to be anything riveting. And then this content is, they're very critical of this style of content on YouTube. So I really have to watch what I say, and I have to use code words and lingo so that I don't actually accidentally get uh, a strike for giving out medical advice or anything like that, because that's happened before. So if you name these things by name and say the wrong sentence, that's all it takes to get your video taken down. So as much as I enjoy exposing this stuff, I have to do it in such a way as not to have the channel taken down. Flat Sabbath says more flat earth. Well, the problem is it's weaponized. And so just the term flat earth is being weaponized. It's just totally weaponized inside and out. And so it's like it just attracts a bunch of weirdos. It's like there's a part of me that wants to run away from the term flat earth and flat earthers and just cut every damn one of them out of my life and never bring any of them up ever again. Like there's a part of me that literally is like, anyone coming at me with flat earth on their tongue is probably a shill and probably just trying to get information out of me, probably trying to screw me over. Screw you, shills. And so there's a part of me that wants to just let the shills just run wild and just go do my own thing. And eventually I might just have to do that because I can't do this forever. Um, this isn't going to be an option forever. Shit's going to hit the fan sooner or later, and I'm not going to be able to just stream and bust common shills. So there's only so much time left. And so what do I spend my time on is always just the question. What is most important? And I struggle with figuring that out myself. I struggle with figuring out tomorrow what's the most important video that I could work on. And then you have to throw this into the equation. If someone makes a video about me, then it's like drop everything. Now I have to smash this person. And so then I feel obligated almost when someone makes a video about me to make a video back, but only in certain scenarios, because I don't like to make a video about every single person, because there's a ton of little shitbags out there who want me to make a video about them. And so I don't want to give the shitbags the attention that they want if that's what they're looking for. Do you understand the conundrum I'm in to like want to call out people who want me to call them out, so then I don't want to call them out even though I do? Bob Diz at Jake the Asshole says, making Eric Dubé looks like a lady video. Well, we just broke down for like an hour the other day, him wearing a dress. And you know what? I got a lot of shilly shit happening on the channel since we did that. I had YouTube do the weird deal where I got hit with like 100 dislikes within like a minute or something. It was like they all just were like all at once. We were sitting there chilling, like noticing that it was almost all likes, and then almost all at once, it was like brrr, just slammed it. And it was like, if you look at all my other live streams, it's like 90% thumbs up to 95%. Literally, all my videos get like a 90 to 95% like approval. And then when I hit like a shill chord, like with Dubé, then suddenly this weird shit happens. Like then I start getting these weirdos showing up saying just weird shit. Like I had channels with names like Vegan Hitler show up to defend him. Meat is murder. So these two channels, Vegan Hitler and Meat is Murder, showed up to my channel like just to troll like every video. They went to like my last 10 videos to like a bunch of different comments, and where they're like, "Hey, corpse cruncher, we're going to expose you, you corpse cruncher." It's like, dude, vegans are crazy. So the fact that like when I make a video about a well-known shill, and then I get the video, I get the thumbs down manipulation shit going on. I get like a bunch of weirdos who showed up in that chat, a bunch of weirdos who showed up in the comments section, just a bunch of people who typically don't watch me and who don't sub to me, but who just happen to be watching that day because of the title. It's really weird. Joseph Bender says, that Jake the Asshole. Now that you have exposed the AE map and model, what flat earth model do you stand behind now? You should watch the stream I did like a month and a half ago called "What Is Earth." I actually showed like several different cosmologies. I showed like a square model with the sun repeating, a square model with a circular dome over the top of the square model. So you can actually have a square model with a circular dome over the top of it still. And I've even showed how different sun paths can work with different style of maps, and I showed the concave map. What I also tell you is that I don't stand behind any map because I personally can't prove which one is the best and most correct. I just I find faults with all of the maps. Every map I look at, I find faults with it. And so the stream that I did called "What Is Earth," we talk about the reasons why the AE map is debunked, and I show how the daylight hours don't work. The sun comes up in the wrong area, goes down in the wrong area. It doesn't match the circle path year round, and the distances on the map are wrong. The shapes of the continents are distorted. So there's a lot of issues that are just irreconcilable. Irreconcilable. You cannot take that pizza pie map and move stuff around and fix it. Because some people say, oh, just take Australia and just move it over here and then it's fixed. It's like, no, that doesn't work. You can't just fix that circle map by finger fucking the continents around. It's broken. It is badly broken. It doesn't make sense when you really break it down. It doesn't make sense and it's impossible. So here's my dilemma. I don't have my own yacht and jets. If I had like an aircraft carrier and some jets and I could fly around and figure it all out myself, and I can be like, okay, there is an Antarctica, but it's not an ice wall. It's just this one little spot down there. And they're actually, if I knew for sure and could come back and be like, hey, you guys, there is opposite star trails, 100% for sure. There is an Antarctica down there for sure. You're not surrounded by an ice wall. But here's what else I found. I also kept flying, and then I found this other piece of land that I've never heard of or seen before. Yeah, see, if I had a boat and some jets and I could go figure it all out myself, I would feel a lot more confident with maps. My thing is, I'm just not confident in any of the maps because I'm lied to about everything in my life, and I don't have any resources right now to explore like Christopher Columbus myself. I don't have any way of really proving it the way that I want proved to me. I don't have that way to prove it to me or to prove it to you. So if you show me a map and I prove that it's wrong or find issue with it, that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to have a replacement or anything better. That just means that I'm I'm able to look at a map and figure out that it's wrong. So you have to look at it like this. If somebody was to bring like a car made out of paper mache and say, "Look, this is a 1968 Corvette in mint condition." And then I was like, "Wait a minute, that's paper mache." You can't be like, "Oh yeah? Well, do you have a Corvette in mint condition of your own?" You get what I'm saying? It's like I don't need a Corvette in mint condition of my own to prove that the one that's made of paper mache is fake. That might be a weird example, but you guys get what I'm saying. I don't have to replace the thing that I'm saying is wrong. So the common question I get is, "Where's your map?" Oh, you debunked that one, but you don't have a map. Where's your map? And some people get snide about it. They get real like pissy with me. Oh, you think the AE map now, but you don't have one of your own. I don't fucking need one. And just because I don't have one doesn't make me like not intelligent. Just because I don't have one that I'm in love with that I think is perfect doesn't make me not intelligent. It doesn't make the AE map wrong or I mean it doesn't make the AE map right. Once it's provably wrong, you can't say, "Oh, well, if you don't have a replacement then that makes it correct." Do you understand? Uh Gonna get rid of an AE mapper in the chat right now. Watch. Boom. Bye, AZ, boy. Yep. AE mappers bringing up shills in the chat. See, every time, all the time. You know how you can spot a shill? when they say the exact opposite as me in the chat the whole time. I say AE map's been debunked. They say AE maps works just perfectly and fine. Gone. Chill. Simple as that. Corey Yukin says, "Bro, go on Bro Sanchez show." No thanks. I don't want to go on anyone's show. I don't really want to have anyone capitalize on my talents and my truth. I'm tired of people riding my coattails, stealing my energy. Now I know some of you guys out there have channels that you like. So if I was gonna go on someone's show, I would go on like a regular guy like Pat Truthner's. I would probably call in his show. You see what I'm saying? So if I was gonna go on somebody's show, they would have to be like for sure a regular dude who's not gonna like try and shit on me and make me look bad with some shilly shit, mute me, pull some whack shit. Hold on. Phew. Oh, God, I hope I didn't catch this. Because if you sneeze, probably means you're going to test positive for this stuff, right? Okay. So, yeah, if I was ever going to go on someone's stream, I'm going to want to go on somebody who I can trust, who I know is not going to like pull some shilly shit. And right now, I don't trust Bro Sanchez at all. In fact, he protected that AE map quite a while, and he came out against me when I first debunked it. So me and him don't really have a history of friendliness. I don't really trust any of the um, AE map proponents or anybody who was around at that time coming out against me. I mean, who would really? Uh, Corey Yukin says, just call in Mark Sargent's show. Oh, it would be funny if like to call in as a joke or something. I'm all for like, you know, uh calling in and joking with these people. Or maybe I could have Thomas call him or something. And be all goofy and stupid or something. That could be funny. Hey, one time I called all the different NASA numbers. I called every single NASA number and I talked to several people. I did that during a live stream once. That was fun. I'm thinking I'm gonna re-upload some old classic flat Earth videos too to show people like all the different things I've done in the past. Some people forget all the creative things I have done on this damn channel. Yami says Mark Sargent a shill. Yes, he is. Mark Sargent is a shill. 100%. Flat Sabbath says call Mark. I don't know Mark Sargent's number. I don't. Does he give it away? I don't listen to Mark Sargent or watch his show or anything. I just check out on YouTube just to see what he's up to every once in a while. I check every shill's channel once a month, once every 2 months, just to see what they're up to and what they're doing. All right. And then if I have a feeling or a premonition or it's looking like they might, do or say something extra shilly, then maybe I'll keep up with them for a few days in a row. Like with Jaren's show, I watched a few episodes of the Baby Truther shit, and I realized like that shit needed to be stopped. And so I was waiting for him to have an episode where I could take some clips and absolutely just bury him. And then, sure enough, he had that episode 29, which was the absolute worst piece of horseshit I've ever seen. And so it was like the Lord and Savior, Jesus himself, right, comes down and hands me the perfect ammunition to smash the shills. It's been happening a lot. Like God just hand delivers me the perfect ammunition to smash these shills. And so I personally canceled Jaren's Baby Truther show, it looks like. He may never do another Baby Truther show again. Now, see, Pat Truthner says, Call into Jenny's show 867-5309. I was wondering, like, why is he giving away a fucking phone number in my chat, dude? That's crazy. And then I totally got it, bro. I used to sing that with my cover band. Damn it, Jenny, who can I turn to? You give me something I can hold on to. I know you think that I'm like the others before, who saw your name and number on the wall. Jenny, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Jenny, don't change your number. 867-5309. 867-5309. Give her a call, y'all. Yep, my cover band used to do that one. It's a good song. Good one, Pat. Dude, so far, me giving you a wrench has worked out well. You eliminated one of my stalkers, and you dropped a really good joke in the chat, man. You're on a roll tonight. Flat Sabbath says you got mad skills. Thank you. Another reason why I'm not a shill, I got mad skills. Do any of the other shills sing for the elderly, play a wicked bass guitar, wear their heart on their sleeve, give their goddamn heart away to you every damn night? I shouldn't say my goddamn heart. Give their God blessed heart. There we go. Their God blessed heart to you every night. Let's see. Paranoid D says, definitely not. Exactly, definitely not. Silent Walk says, how's Rusty? He's right here. You guys want him to do an appearance? Rusty, you've been summoned. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Want some? Come on. Come on. Come on. I have to trick him and act like I got food, so he'll come over here. There we go. Come on. Come here. Come on. There he is. There's Rooster Dogs. There's the Doogie. See? Rusty, I got your number. I need to make you mine. Rusty, don't change your number. 867-5309. 867-5309. There him is. He's just a good doggy. He's a fat boy. He eats a lot. He's soft and nice dog. Mr. Chris 7582 with a donation says, good job tonight, Jake. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, bro. Cosmo says, I want to kiss the puppy. It's addictive. When you have a dog this cute, it's addictive to not want to just kiss his damn face 40 times a day. And see, he's not really like a dog that does a lot of licking and kissing or nothing. So it's like, it's mostly me kissing him. He doesn't really kiss me. He's like, whatever. Whatever. Celestial Wonder says, I love Rusty. Yeah, Rusty is the best dog I've ever had. He's amazing. It's one of a kind for sure. Benny Johnson says the dog looks happy. Hey, I take him for walks every day. So he gets like to go outside on actual walks every day, 2 to 3 times a day. Usually we go 3 times a day. Minimum, he goes twice a day. And I take him to the park pretty much every day for one walk. And so most dogs don't get to go out on like legit walks every day. Most dogs like get shoved out in a backyard. So Rusty, he eats well, goes on walks, and that's pretty much what most dogs like. If you walk your dog and feed them well and love them, they'll pretty much stick by your side and be the best damn creatures that the world can offer. David Sawyer says, "Hey Jake, you should have children." Yeah, well, the problem with that is the whole like this thing going on and this thing. If these two things were not going on, I would be more actively looking for a woman to create a child with. But since these two things are going on, it has made creating a child very stressful. And also, the women have changed since these two things. Before these two things, women did not act the way that they've been acting lately. So since these things have come out, the world has changed, and so I don't want to have to go through a constant battle of keeping a child safe when I can't even find the correct woman to create a child with because of the situation we're in. There's just a lack of high value women who are pure blooded, non jabbed, who aren't sheep, who are intelligent, who uh, are cute, keep themselves in shape, not too old, and who like me. Fuck, man. Do they exist? Yeah, but they are spread out. They are far and few, and they're spread out. I was talking to a beautiful girl in the Netherlands, and it's like, why the hell do you have to live way the hell over there? So yeah, women these days, and you can see if you want to see me make fun of today's modern trash woman, today's modern trashy Western woman, and the thoughts and the 304s. If you want to see me do all that, I do some videos over on my Jake Gibson channel, my other channel, where I show you guys some of my horrible Tinder likes, the women who like me on Tinder. Yeesh. Oh my god, I have a lineup of them right now that's like they're all vaxxed. All the women who like me, like, they don't even like read my bio that says I don't want you if you're vexed. They just hit the like button anyway. Which so it shows you they're not even reading my bio. They're all into my looks. And they hit the like button. Even though I'm like, yeah, I don't want your vax damaged goods. Thank you very much. And of course, since I talk about conspiracies, my fan base is 95% men. Like, I found the statistics that 95% men watch me, so it's 5% females. So yeah, conspiracies is pretty much like a man dominated subject. So I have to find a woman that like is into conspiracy stuff, is not a sheep, keeps herself in shape, looks good, isn't too old. Dude, that list, and oh yeah, and a pure blood, like, dude, that list is getting really small. So that's what I would need if I was going to create a human. And then even if I found the perfect mate to create a human with, then I have to worry about them coming after my little one. So if I got a child, and then they're always around every corner trying to stick my child, that's just scary too, man. And I'd have to do homeschool. I would never want to send my kid to a public school. Uh and then anytime anything went wrong with the kid, I wouldn't want to take him to a hospital. And so, man, that's just a lot of responsibility to take on, and I just don't know if there's the right woman or the time to do this anymore. So it looks like I just might not get to do that. No Rona jab for me, hombre, says truth is not a conspiracy. You mean truth is not a conspiracy theory? Because the truth is, conspiracy does exist. So there are actual conspiracies. It's just the term conspiracy theory they use to discredit truthers. Oh, those are just your conspiracy theories. There's no such thing as a conspiracy. It's all a bunch of theories. But definitely, conspiracies do exist. The truth is, conspiracy exists. Corey Eukin says women just want pretty things and stories. Uh, today's women are just getting worse and worse and worse, man. It's like our moms and our grandmothers especially were an entirely different breed. If you look at what your grandmother her life was like when she was a teenager and how the courting process went down, it was an entirely different thing. You didn't have to worry about 1,000 dudes in your woman's phone trying to smash her. So if you just go back like 20 years, it's night and day different. You wouldn't have to worry about your girlfriend having 1,000 dudes at any moment be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Come over. Hey, what are you doing? Come over. Hey, what are you doing? Come over." Right? Because we all had to listen to landline, right? So it was a lot harder to be a hoe and get the validation from 10,000 men in 1980 or 1990 or the early 2000s. So now that a woman can go on Tinder or and get 1,000 likes and have 1,000 men lined up, to peruse from, and she can literally tap any of them and go, you want to take me to dinner? Maybe I'll let you fuck me. And the guys are like, yeah, 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 yeah. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. It's like it was never like that before. The courting process didn't wasn't like that before. So now some average looking chick who puts on a bunch of clown makeup and then has her tits hanging out can go on TikTok and shake her butt, and she'll have 10,000 dudes like, "Oh baby, so cute. Come to Arkansas, come to New Hampshire. Oh, I have a mansion in Las Vegas if you want to shake your butt for me." That shit didn't exist like not that long ago. That shit a woman couldn't get that much validation from that much simps and losers. So the validation that these women are getting from simps and losers, that wasn't available. And women, they crave attention. And I'm coming to find, like, if they're given this opportunity to get never-ending attention, what seems like never-ending attention to them on TikTok and Tinder and Instagram and all this shit, they'll do that all day. It's like their dopamine drug of choice. They're like, oh, if I have a short skirt and then I dance to this one stupid song, I'll get 20 million views and all these guys are going to say all these things about how beautiful I am. It's like a dopamine kick for them. And so I like when people watch my videos and say, "Hey, good job, Jake. I enjoyed this video." So I get a dopamine kick out of creating content. Whoa, I missed a super chat. Or no, another one just came in. Says, "Can I sneeze on you?" That was Jake. No, I said, "Can you cough in my face?" I didn't ask people to sneeze on me. Sneezing's a little much. I don't want people's actual like boogers to come flying out at me. Whereas a cough is like and it's like I'm not afraid of someone's cough. I'm not afraid of someone's sneeze, but I'm not going to ask someone to sneeze directly on me because I don't want someone to actually shoot full on boogers on me. Even though I don't think that their boogers would kill me. Uh, I just don't want that. So cough on me, yes, I did that. Sneeze on me, no. Hey, and I appreciate that donation. That is quite the donation there. Aaron Moorfield, you sir are a gentleman and a scholar. I appreciate that. Thank you. Benny Johnson says I enjoy this chat. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm having fun too. Faith says so. There's 3 women here. Well, you got to have faith. I got to have faith for faith for faith. I got to have faith for faith for faith. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body, as I know not everybody got a body like you. So, Faith, are you single? Are you single and looking to mingle? Are you single looking to mingle and you like skinny, short assholes? And you're also unjabbed? Those are some of the criteria I'm looking for. Now reconsider my foolish notion Before you throw my heart back on the floor. Seven Lesnitsky says, "What am I missing? Happy early Thanksgiving, Jake." You haven't missed a ton. This has been a stream where I mostly am talking about how I don't always know what video I'm going to make, and so I struggle with wondering what to do next. Like, what's the most important thing I should do next? What type of video should I make next? Should I make versus content against the Globe Cucks? Should I go after the flat Earth shills? Should I leave the shills alone? Are the shills wasting my time? Am I giving the shills too much attention? If I don't bust the shills, are the shills going to run wild? Just shit like that. That's basically what we talked about. And I rant and riffed on a few other subjects as well, but that's mainly the point of the stream, was to talk about the fact that sometimes I don't know whether I'm getting distracted by shills and I should be talking about other things, more important things, or if I don't bust the shills, then they're just going to run wild. Like if I didn't, here's a good one, a good example. If I didn't bust Jaren's Baby Truther show, would it still be standing? I say yes, because 2 hours after I busted Jaren's Baby Truther show, it came down. In fact, they might not ever do another Baby Truther show ever again. I may have canceled Jaren's Baby Truther show forever. So in that case, that's like hitting the target, hitting the bullseye and blowing up the target, like hitting your target with a heat-seeking missile and just blowing it out of the water. And that makes me feel good. But at the same time, I wonder if maybe I'm getting distracted by shills and there's something else I should be dedicating my time and energy to. So, or I could just try to do it all as I've been doing. I pretty much just can try to do everything, make content about this stuff being bad, this stuff being fake, the flat Earth shills, the globe cuck shills,
Richie from Boston. Maybe I should make a video about the Chinese drones. The Chinese drones are on their way now. They're flying over the Pacific Ocean as we speak. They're gonna stop in Hawaii first. If you're in Hawaii, you're gonna wanna hide under your bed and you're gonna wanna get right with God. If you don't get right with God, the Chinese drones are gonna find you and they're gonna exterminate you. The Chinese drones are equipped with chemical concoctions.
all right. Nobody does a better Richie impression than me. Don't anyone act like anyone does a better Richie impression than me. That's the best Richie impression ever. I do a better Richie than Richie. Richie takes notes from me on how to be himself. Do you understand that? I am a better Richie from Boston than Richie from Boston.
Share, like, subscribe, or don't. I really don't care. You know, there's a lot of people saying a lot of things about me, but one thing's for sure. If you don't get right with God, then they might shoot you with the finger of God weapon, the direct energy lasers. If you don't get right with God now, direct energy laser beams are gonna come out of the sky. God himself is going to fire laser beams from his eyeballs, and you're gonna need to get right with God.
Corey Yukin says Macho Man Randy Savage. All right, hold on. Let me flip that switch.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you something. If you ever step into the squared circle with the Macho Man, it may very well be your last breath your body ever takes. Oh, yeah, step into a Slim Jim.
There you go. It hurts my throat to do Savage for too long, so I can only do Savage for like 30 seconds, and then it starts to actually like destroy my throat. So I notice if I do any longer than about 45 seconds or so, that I start causing physical damage to my throat. But basically, you have to, if you want to do it right, you have to get that like vein popping out thing. So you have to like you're squeezing out a shit that won't come out. That's how you start the impression. So if you want to do Richie from Boston or Macho Man, you kind of have to have this taking a shit style thing going on, like especially Macho Man. Macho Man, like to start the impression, you have to kind of thing. If you want to like enter that right state of mind. And then you have to change your pitch from like speaking like loud to a little bit softer. And so you have to be like, let me tell you something. If you want to mess with the Macho Man, you see, you have to like choose like one word to not do an inflection, and then the next one do like lots of inflection. And you switch back and forth like that. And that's Macho Man. Whew. And Richie, you have to like you got you gotta fight this tone. The tone of Richie is that's the tone. So you have to start with the tone, and when you get the tone down, then you can basically turn that into the entire character. So you have to start with like uh, 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 Chinese drone, Richie from Boston here. You know, the, the world is getting worse day by day. And the more you look outside, the more you can see the writings on the wall. If you don't get right with God now, you are going to face eternal hell, damnation, and fire. It's not going to be pretty. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to take a big, nasty, wet shit. All right. Pat Truther says you're kind of morphing them into one now. Yeah, it's like a Macho Man Randy Savage meets Richie from Boston. Macho Man from Boston. From the Sky says Richie Man Savage. Hey, good one. Never a Straight Answer says Richie is like Macho meets Stallone. Hey, well, if you want to eat an Oreo cookie, you gotta like take the top off, and then like when you lick the cream, you put it back together, and then I like to dunk it in some milk, uh, uh, uh. My Stallone isn't quite on point, but that's kind of my impression of Stallone. I can do it a little bit, but I can't quite do it at the same level. Hey yo, I was trying to think of a Rocky thing to say, and then I totally just blanked out. I have to like remember like something that Rocky says. Hey yo, Polly, if I fight Apollo, Uncle Polly and Apollo, and when I get in the ring, as I carry Mickey with me and Apollo, Tommy, Apollo, and when I'm in there mixing it up, I have Drago and Apollo, Yeah. There you go. There's some Rocky for you. All right, and since I'm already in character, I might as well go ahead and uh, complete the character. Got to do a little Schwarzenegger. If I'm gonna do Stallone, I got to do some Schwarzenegger, right? Got to do. If you don't wear your mask, then screw your freedom. You have no freedom. You get no freedom. If you don't wear a mask, then screw your freedom. If you go outside all the time and you're not washing your hands all the time, then screw your freedom. You don't deserve the freedom. You should be home washing your hands all the time.
You're washing the hands all the time. In the 1,000, in the 1,000, the 1,000, under the hot water, and you wash it away, and then you go outside, and then you stop at the street lights. You cannot be say, no, I don't stop at the street light. It's because screw your freedom. If you don't wear a mask, then screw your freedom.
Ugh. That was starting to make me lose my breath, and this one's like see-through. See, this one's see-through, and it still was making me lose my breath. See, this one's not even like a regular muzzle. This one you can breathe through, and it was still like impeding my breath.
I'm the former governor of California, and I tell you to wash your hands all the time. And if you go outside, please wear the mask.
Oh, my Arnold's okay. You know, the best Arnold impression in the world is Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey's Arnold is the best. Like Dana does the most perfect comedic Arnold that I've ever seen a human being do. And he can keep it up and like really just drive it anywhere he wants to. He can make that character just do some really funny shit. So basically my version can never be as good as Dana's. I saw Dana perform one time live. He came to Modesto and did a live show and sold out the Gallo Center in Modesto, and he was on fire that night. And he did George Bush Senior, and then George W. Bush, and then he did Obama's voice, and then he jumped into Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was like his impressions were just flawless one after the other. So I'm pretty good from time to time with certain voices, but in my opinion, like if you want to talk about the absolute best at channeling the energy and really making it comedic, like not just pretending to be somebody, but making it comedic and funny, like Dana Carvey. Holy shit, dude. That guy is underappreciated comedic genius. Never a straight answer says, "We're here to pump you up." That's a classic line. Pump you up.
I want to pump you up with the chemical concoction. All I want to do is just give you a little break of the chemical concoction. What are you, some kind of a girly man? Are you afraid of a little chemical concoction? No, screw you. I want you to let me give you a chemical concoction. I want to stick my little prick inside you right now with the chemical concoction, and I want to pump the chemicals inside you, and the chemicals will keep you safe from the COVID and the bacteria, the COVID and the
I'm gonna I'm gonna vax this. I'm gonna vax this thing. There. Now this is safe from this. What happens if you vaccinate the C word? Wonder what happens. Now I'm immune. Now it can't hurt me. See? I'm immune. So instead of us taking these, we should be giving it to the disease. We should vax the disease and not ourselves. Isn't that's retarded? God, my own stupid joke. I made my own self laugh. I see all the laughing emojis in chat, so I know I'm not the only one. I'm out of tea. Now I'm stuck drinking boring water. You know what that reminded me of? I don't know why it reminded me of it, but that movie Independence Day, when Jeff Goldblum gives the alien spaceships force field a computer virus, and he makes their force field go away. So do you guys remember when Jeff Goldblum somehow hacked alien computers with like his Windows 95 or whatever? He had like a Windows 95 computer or whatever, and he like some Packard Bell shit or something. He like fucking hacked into the aliens computer, and he gave the alien computer a virus, and he took down their force field. Yeah, that's about as dumb as vaxing the virus. Oh, that's not nice. Somebody says this commenter below took the jab, and then they point down below at some unsuspecting person. That's not nice because the dude below you is called some dude, and he says smoke time. I don't think that he took the jab. I think that's just you saying that he took the jab. That's mean. You shouldn't say that the person below you took the jab because chances are, if there's someone here in my chat, they definitely did not. It's a horrible thing to say. Flat Sabbath says plausible deniability is what I took from that movie. Well, that movie's ridiculous. Like we could beat the aliens that showed up here. Like if space was real, if let's say space was real and we're flying around on a space ball and these giant alien ships that come from like millions of light years away, they have that technology, and it just so happens they have their main weapon. They have to open up this thing on their spaceship and shoot these laser beams. And it just so happens the one way to beat their weapon is if you fly an airplane right into that weapon at that exact moment, it blows up the entire ship. That's the one thing they didn't plan against, is that if you fly an airplane into their weapon as they're planning to use it, it not only destroys the weapon, it blows up the entire ship and everyone on board. And so they're advanced enough to show up to our spinning ball planet, and they want to kill us and enslave us and steal all our resources from Earth, and then go away to the next planet because they're just such evil, mean aliens. But us humans, Randy Quaid, I saw Pat Truthner already mention it. Randy fucking Quaid, some like stupid village idiot in the movie, gets a hold of an airplane and then like flies it into the alien's spaceship laser as it's about ready to go and kills them. And I was like, that's how you beat the aliens. Of course. They always have that one weakness where the whole ship gets taken down by Randy Quaid. God, that movie was so ridiculous. Never a Straight Answer says, watch Jim Norton, the great Patrice O'Neill, trash Independence Day. One of the funniest radio bits ever. The Earth, Jim convinced Patrice face off. Isn't great, but horrible. Just as funny. Well, I know the comedians you're talking about, so I'm not sure which clip you're referring to, but I don't like Jim Norton. I like Patrice O'Neill stuff, but I don't like Jim Norton. Jim Norton is annoying to me, and he makes fun of like he's made fun of flat earthers and he's made fun of conspiracy theorists. I don't like loudmouth brash comedians who are like libtards at heart because they talk a lot of shit and they don't know what they're talking about. So there's a lot of comedians who are like loud and brashy, and they're like feminist libtards but with a man's voice. And so I don't like hearing like feminist libtards be like, you know what, these fucking Karen anti-maskers, these fucking people, they need to get their vax already. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Yeah, like anybody like with their loud, brash opinions about conspiracy theorists and Karens and whatever, dude, it's like I don't want to hear it. Jake, what's your take on Brian Stavely? Is he a shill or the name sounds familiar, but I don't exactly know who you're talking about, I don't think. Chewy Chicken mentions Patton Oswalt. Yeah, Patton Oswalt sucks dick, dude. Fuck Patton Oswalt. He's lame. Sucks. Then someone else in chat says Stavely equals shill. So that guy thinks he's a shill. So he probably is. If that guy thinks he is, then he probably is. Sourdough Jack says, can you play some bass? Well, I don't have it hooked up and ready to go, and I'm not like warmed up or nothing. So maybe tomorrow I'll specifically upload a bass video. I don't like to just play cold without getting it all in tune and warmed up and stuff. So I was getting ready to jump off here because I've already been on here for over 2 hours. So I'm going to jump off here pretty quick anyway. So I was just going to take a few more questions, talk to chat, and then tomorrow maybe I'll do a bass video. Nazizi says, can you do a Neil deGrasse impression? Let me try and channel that energy. God, what? I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of something he says, and I totally just blanked out like of something that he usually says. God, it's like I almost have to like watch him talk for a second on a video to like get me back into that mode. I need to hear him and look at him for a second so that I can channel that energy. Hold on, I'm gonna play a clip. God damn it! I just want to watch the damn clip and then playing this commercial. Go away.
They say there's an eclipse.
There we go.
There's a black hole. There's whatever. We need. What's this one?
It's an everyday life because you know it.
A year ago, 2 years ago, The Martian. I think before The Martian, no one imagined you could invest that much science in storytelling and have.
So before the movie The Martian, people would have never invested that much movie in. God damn it! No, I can't do it. Just you put me on the spot. Now I can't do it. Damn it! I haven't worked on a Neil deGrasse impression lately. I'd have to sit here and watch him for a few minutes to gather it up. Damn it! He's got this this thing. I gotta get this thing right. It's like you gotta time this thing. Him and Vsauce both have this thing going on. It's like the most wonderful thing about science is not knowing that you know, but knowing that you don't know. And when you know that you don't know, that's the true meaning of science. Knowing what you don't know is what science is all about. See, it's like I can't quite get that proper tone, but they got this thing going on. That makes sheep think that you're smart. See? Knowing when to admit you know about science is when you know science is when you admit science you know. Science doesn't care if you know. The wonderful thing about science is that science knows, even if you don't know. Yeah. So they have this kind of thing, and sheeple like to fall for this eyebrow thing. Vsauce does it too. Wow. Mm, So it's like they have this like, I'm smart because I'm talking with my eyebrows. If I say science and I have eyebrows, then you know that the earth is a ball because I have eyebrows and I know how to move them up and down. And then I also know how to make my forehead do this thing and move my eyebrows. So therefore, science is true. Earth is a ball. Flat Earth debunked. Never a straight answer says only person worse than DeGrasse is Shill Nye. Oh man, that guy's just terrible. What a despicable human being that is. He has fallen off the wagon quite a bit. You know, there was a time where he was like this goofy science character, and I remember as a kid even like watching his show and being semi entertained by it. But now as an adult, like when you see him now, he's just such a sleaze bag, and he's already been outed for not having any science like credentials. It's like he's not really a science expert. He's just like a Disney character, a total shill. So yeah, he's a disgusting human being. And I did my Jake the or Flat Earth asshole versus Bill Nye video, one of my most viewed videos. I have it on private right now. I need to clean up the comment section a bit because the shills and sheep took over the comment section on that video because it got so many views that the comment section is just literally just tens of thousands of people saying, "Oh my God, you're a retard. Do you think the Earth is flat?" So I have made a video against him. I have it on private right now, but I should probably put it back up or re-release it. I'm thinking of re-releasing a lot of my most popular videos. Mr. Chris says he's a scientist on TV. Yeah, and apparently that's good enough for the sheep. He's a science guy. He's a guy of science. Don't you love how they use the word science to like sound smart? And now people like now you hear sheeple use the word science like the word science does stuff. Like it like the word itself is proving things and doing all these experiments. So they'll be like, "Don't you know? Science already proved that these are safe. Science proved it." What science? What science are you talking about? The science, the scientists. What scientists? Name them. Name the experiment. Name it. Right? Well, they don't know. That's when they don't have it. So you always hear sheeple say like, "Science proved that outer space is real." Well, how'd they do that? When did the word science do that? So you hear sheep a lot of times they'll use the term science like, "Don't you even science? Don't you know science? Science proved that meh 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 meh." It's like, "Oh, name the experiment and the people who ran the experiment and the variables. Please tell me about this science." And it makes people who say that feel smart. "Oh my god, don't you know that science proves that the moon landing is real?" Like, come on, bro, science. And they'll think that's a proper argument to a globetard. That is a proper argument. And then gravity. So they just say the word science and they say the word gravity, and that counts as an entire argument. Celestial Wonder says the cult of science. Indeed, it is a cult. And likewise, they have a cult for the truth community to fall into as well, because the truth community is overrun with shills, CIA agents, and Masons. And so you got to look at, for instance, Dubai's cult. They have a flat Earth cult ready for you, where they roll out a fake map, a fake psyop version of the flat Earth, and then they have shill gatekeepers there to welcome you into the cult. So let's not act like the science cult is the only cult. It's a much bigger cult. It's much bigger cult. But let's not forget a guy like Dubé, for instance, is the Alex Jones of Flat Earth, and he has his cult, his minions. I'm not trying to run a cult. I'm just trying to get a group of people around me who I can discuss things with, discuss truths with, a positive community around me. So I don't say that there's a flat earth community that I'm a part of. I say it's a cult community. However, I like to think that I assemble a community around me that is for the most part positive, for the most part bring positivity to me. And the people who sub to my channel and the stuff that we talk about over here, uh, I look at this as a step in the right direction. This is a step for the truth movement in the right direction when we can come together, have these conversations um, amongst real truthers, talk about legit truth amongst real truthers. This is what they're afraid of. So they have channels out there, these shill channels, to control this. They don't want real guys like me to have a following. That's why there's hardly any real guys like me who have a following. Hardly anyone who's legit and talks truth has a following. So that's why when I hear like, Jake, you're causing division in the community when you talk about Eric Dubé and Jared, I say, nah, that's the cult community, and I'm glad I'm causing division. I divide myself from the shill bullshit. I divide truth from bullshit. Understand? And then they just never write back. So sometimes these shills, these sock puppet accounts, they'll show up and they'll be like, you're dividing the community. And then I'll be like, good. It's a cult community. I'm dividing bullshit from truth. And then they're like, they don't even reply. Renee Bernays says, I hate community. Don't be a joiner. Now there are communities that are positive, so I don't want to like poo poo on the word community. I'm just poo pooing on the controlled, rolled out flat Earth community, such as like the conference shills, the conferences themselves, the baby truther show, Jaren's failed flat Earth experiment on the behind the curve document or beyond the curve documentary. So stuff like that, Dubé's anti-Semitism and vegan death diet shit. All this shit, like it's obvious that these are controlled characters. They're sent in by the government to destroy the truth movement. If you were going to lead the truth movement, you have to control it, and to control it, you're going to want to lead your opposition, right? So rather than have guys like me come along, legitimate opposition, they have agents in place on both sides fake fighting each other. So if you look at the agents in place fake fighting each other, you got like RV, who's a shill and an agent, and he's fake fighting against other agents. And then you got all the shills and agents fake fighting each other. Meanwhile, I'm like the one that they don't bring up. You don't ever see Richie from Boston bring me up. You never hear High Impact Flicks bring me up. You never hear uh RV won't bring me up now either. It's like he's been staying away from my name too, not mentioning me. So Harlan Hill says Jake was talked about on Globebusters an hour in yesterday. I haven't heard that. I'm gonna have to go listen. I haven't heard Jaron or anyone say anything over there yet. I've been waiting for them to address me because I snipered their baby truther show and possibly canceled their baby truther show. So I want to hear what they have to say. What'd they say about me? Give me the quick rundown, Harlan. What'd they say? I'll go listen after this. I'll go find it. But let me know what they said. Valiant One says Bob Nodell, ODD TV, Karen B, and Brian Stavely, Flattoberfest, and Solar Return. Yeah, anyone who goes to those conferences, affiliated with those conferences, and performs at them, talks at them, shills, bro, shills, shilly willies. ODD's got a convicted rape on his background, convicted sexual assault on his background too. Oh, and then another annoying little prick who does fake flat Earth activism. You have authentic intent, another guy with a criminal sexual background. I think he um, was convicted for sexual assault on a minor. pretty sure. So you have Joshua Swift, Authentic Intent, doing these terrible flat earth activism. Here's the deal with flat earth activism. If you go out on the street and you scream at people and berate people and then they want to fight you, then you're not waking them up to flat earth. So there's this guy who considers himself part of the flat earth community. And he goes out and berates people on the street and he calls it flat earth activism. Yeah, if you take the AE map out on the streets and you go, the earth is flat. If you don't believe it, you're stupid. Hey, you guys, the earth is flat. Don't you know that? Quit watching TV. You're stupid. That's what he does. So this kid, Joshua, goes out on the streets and he'll be like, hey, don't you know the earth is flat and you're surrounded by ice wall? You're stupid. Oh my God. Don't you know that? That's how he sounds, I swear to God. And then people in the videos will be like, what? I'll beat your ass, bitch. And then he runs. So he had one dude actually like challenge him to a fight and he like ran away, was all scared and shit. He's like, what are you doing? No, get away from me. Ah! And so he posts these videos and he calls it flat smacking, flat earth activism, flat smacking. This thing that they call flat smacking, Nathan Thompson's been arrested for it as well. Nathan Thompson's another shill. Ghost of Judah Tribe with a donation says, keep doing your thing, big dog, keep fighting. Hey, thanks for the donation, bro. So Nathan Thompson does the exact same thing. So Nathan Thompson says, I'm going to go out flat smacking. I'm going to wake people up to the flat earth. And then he goes outside with a bullhorn and he goes, earth does not curve. Water is not curving. The earth is flat. The earth is flat. It's flat and it's flat. It's not curving. That's not going to wake up anyone. And then he annoys people. And then all the times that they do that, whenever they go out on the street and annoy people, the people get pissed and get triggered. And then they have this confrontation and they're always like, hey man, don't be so triggered. Oh, why are you getting triggered? And it's like, that's because you're not doing real flat earth activism. If you go outside and you yell at people, earth is flat, you're stupid. That's not flat earth activism. And so right now you have guys like Nathan Thompson, Authentic Intent, and they consider themselves, oh, we're out flat smacking. We're flat smacking for the community. It's retarded. It repels people and it makes you look stupid. And it makes anyone who ever hears about flat earthers want to like get violent and fight them. There's a reason why there's this violent reaction. It's because they have shills in place perpetuating retarded flat earther shit. That's why I recommend you don't even talk about flat earth with anybody anymore, it seems like, is because like it just turns into a negative confrontation. And it's like in the term's been weaponized and they have all these shills put in place where it just doesn't even behoove you anymore. It really doesn't behoove you. If you try to talk to your family about it, your family's going to turn on you most likely. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying chances are if you try to talk about it, you're going to get a negative reaction. You might lose your girlfriend. You might lose your wife. You might get in a fight with your parents. You might lose a best friend that you've had for years. This all can and does happen. So let's say you have FE in your name or you use the AE map as your logo or whatever. Well, you might want to think about ditching that shit because it will impact your life. There's a reason why I don't call this channel Flat Earth Asshole. And it's because that term is weaponized and overrun with shills. So to try to keep it squeaky clean and talk about it in a positive light, you have the odds against you. The odds are stacked against you. If you are going to try to convince someone that the earth is flat, the second that they go do their own private investigation and they come across a cross-dressing vegan who loves Hitler, they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? And then they might come across Jaren's Baby Truther show. They're going to be like, what the fuck is this? Why wouldn't they run away screaming? Wouldn't you run away screaming at that point? Yeah, and then someone, Sourdough Jack mentions the concave cult is the funniest. They've got gatekeepers in place of every sector of the truth. They've got flat earth shills and anti-flat earth shills. They've got chemtrail shills and anti-chemtrail shills. They've got Rittenhouse shills and anti-Rittenhouse shills. Like it's do you guys understand like they have shills in place for anyone who brings up er, Sandy, right? If you bring up the Sandy being a hoax, they have shills in place for that. You know, they have agents, sleeper agents, agents who haven't been activated yet, who can be activated by a simple phone call tomorrow. The web is wider than you can possibly imagine. And I found that out the hard way. I didn't think there were as many shills as I do now a few years ago. A few years ago, I didn't actually think I was like one of the only real ones and that it's just like tens of thousands of shills. But in the truth community, the truth movement, it's like tens of thousands of shills and then like a small percentage of real people who are getting buried. Very few real people get any voice that gets heard because the shills get optimized. Even this channel, like I get a little bit of traction, but nothing like what it would be if YouTube like optimized me the same way they optimize the Globe Cucks. Like the Globe Cucks make a video about me and they'll get 30,000 views. I make a video about a Globe Cuck like Simon Dan. I'm lucky to get 10,000 views. So they always get 3 to 4 times as many views as me. 30,000, 40,000 views. And I'm lucky to get the 10,000. Sometimes I can't even get that damn much. So it's obvious when they throttle you and when they shadow ban you and they don't let you get that algorithm stroke. Meanwhile, a video where your opponent makes about you gets that algorithm stroke. And then you just see tens of thousands of views just come piling in overnight. And you're like, son of a bitch. So it's a trip for me because I have Globe Cucks who make videos about me. I have Flat Earth shills who make videos about me. So it's like I have both teams who make videos about me. So it's like I have several agents and teams working against me all at once. And I'm not just like thinking that, I'm not just paranoid. This is true. Like Fight the Flat Earth Craig has like a professional makeup team it seems because he made himself like look like an old man. He had like the gray hair dye. He had like the wrinkle face latex like mask face all perfectly like shaded in and like um to where it literally like was like he had a professional makeup team come over and make him look like an old man. And then he has this segment where he has the CGI globe like open up with all these special effects. And then this old man version of himself pokes his head out and says something. And so it's like to see all the special effects that he has and the professional makeup and then the quality of product that comes out. Not saying that he's a quality content maker, but the editing quality. You know, it's like 4K video and professionally edited, professional sound and professional make. It's not one guy with a laptop, is what I'm saying. I'm one guy with a laptop, so I know what one guy with a laptop like is kind of capable of doing. And right now you have people with entire fucking teams around them claiming that they're one guy with a laptop. Aaron Moorfield with another awesome donation says, "Don't worry too much. You rock, Jake." Damn, man. You have two amazing donations tonight. I appreciate that, Aaron Moorfield. And you didn't write anything shilly or say anything stupid. So the fact that you're hooking me up with these donations and saying that I rock. I appreciate that, man. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Yeah, that's a good night's work right there. And I just wanted to jump on here for a few hours and just chit chat with you guys and just let you know that I'm not going anywhere and plan on making more content. And sometimes I just get confused on what to do next. And I wanted to hear from you guys what you guys want me to do next, what you think I should do next. And from what I've heard, it's pretty much just like a hodgepodge of different ideas. So me asking you guys what to do next didn't help, but nonetheless, this was a fun stream. All right, guys, I'm getting hungry. I need to eat, and I've been on here for almost 3 hours. So I want to thank Alan, or not Alan, but Aaron Moorfield once again for all your donations, and anyone else who donated earlier today. Thank you. And then all you guys who are just here in the chat participating. Thank you for being here. You know, this ride would not be nearly as fun without you guys here on my side supporting me. So I'm glad at least I have some sort of support. My family pretty much thinks I'm crazy. You know, my people from my hometown think I'm crazy. So to have a support system like you guys, you know, it's like you're the family I never had. Uh, all right, we'll hit one more time before we go. We'll have a goodbye tokish of the bowl. Hey, smash the thumbs up if you guys enjoyed this stream. If you enjoyed anything you saw here today, please smash the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. And the last video where I exposed Eric Dubé got like a bunch of thumbs down from his cult. So this one, if we get a bunch of thumbs up, it makes it look much better. See, that's how you know like it was all Eric Dubé's cult and that it wasn't mine. It wasn't my crew turning on me. All right, so we're going to hit a little bit just before I go. HOODIE says, I'm going to go make a couple Hot Pockets. Gross, dude. Don't eat that. Don't eat Hot Pockets. It's crap, man. That is not even real food. A Hot Pocket is not real food. That is like some completely just manufactured process garbage. Don't do it. I know you're probably kidding, but seriously, don't anybody eat Hot Pockets. It's gross. XX Logic says, Jake, just have your mom bring him down to the basement for you. Okay, Micktoon. Hey, Jake, is your mom gonna bring you Hot Pockets? Good one, Micktoon. Good one. All right. So until next time, y'all. This is the one and only Jake the Asshole. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Bye. Peace, everyone.